It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. With 2 weeks left in 2025, the local real estate market has been kind to buyers, but still profitable for sellers. Altitude Realtors reports the average home price is down from last year, a modest 3%, but realtors sold nearly 150 more properties for double-digit gains. Total sales, they've already cracked $2 billion for the year. Your deal, though, was better depending on where you live. In Frisco, 43 homes sold for an average of 23% less than they did last year. In Dillon and Summit Cove, 42 homes sold for 9% more. The Breckenridge market dominated with over $500 million in home sales alone for an average price of nearly $2.7 million apiece. That is cheaper than last year, but still good for the second highest asking price in town history. Mountain town lodges are withering under a perfect storm of no snow and consumer anxiety. Analytics firm Destimetrics reports a nearly 4% dip in bookings through April. The one bright spot, though, is December. This is the only month this season with more tourists than last year, although the experts warn that excitement is waning. Across the West, just 11% of ski terrain is open. Here in Summit, Keystone has the most with 22% open, A-Basin the least, 5%. High Country Conservation Center is getting a new community garden from CDOT, but first, the old one has to go. CDOT needs that land near Whole Foods in Frisco for its upcoming Exit 203 rebuild. One of the greenhouses sits right where CDOT wants to build a roundabout. In exchange for tearing it down, CDOT will build a new one nearby. It should be ready by this time next year. Today we are in the classroom at Frisco Elementary, where students of all ages are feeling the holiday spirit, Summit County style.
They ran with that example with the snowman and the Christmas tree, Santa, snowboarding and skiing, and I loved seeing that.
That was art teacher Becca Spiro, soon after handing us dozens of entries for the first annual Krystal 93 holiday card contest.
My experience teaching art over the years, the less rules, the better, the less direction, the better, because then, their creativity is really let loose.
Students in every grade there entered the contest. Some were inspired by the cash prize.
$50 was quite a bit of money to these kids.
But most were inspired by each other.
They were so excited. And then with every class that did it, there was more and more competition, healthy competition between the students.
Miss Spiro is back at Frisco L after a brief hiatus from teaching when she started a mobile art studio, Frosted Flamingo. And it was just the break she needed.
I was a little tentative because, it was so challenging the last time, but this feels like a great fit, and the teachers at Frisco Elementary are incredible. Todd, the principal, is wonderful. Everybody is just a really strong community.
By this time tomorrow, you can see these cards in person on display at I Furnish in Frisco. They will be there into the new year. Thanks again for going in the classroom, proudly presented by Heavenly Times Hot Tubs and Billiards and Boost Oxygen for holiday cheer. In sports, the Avalanche play the Kraken tonight. Michaela Shiffrin, she's done it again. She won today's night slalom under the lights in Courchevel, France, to remain undefeated in World Cup slalom this season. She beat second place Camille Rast by more than a second and a half. U.S. teammate Paula Moltzan was top 5. And in local sports, this morning was race 4 of the Rise and Shine Rando series at A-Basin, where the winners won easily, but second and third came down to the wire. Tate Knight finished well ahead of Jeremiah Vale, who beat Marshall Graybill by just 11 seconds. Allison Rudy finished more than 3 minutes ahead of Emily Olson, who held off Kate Zander by only 12 seconds. And tonight, Summit High boys basketball plays Lake County at home. Then tomorrow, it's the girls basketball alumni game. Former players, you are invited to dinner tomorrow at 5 p.m. Tip-off against Canyon City is at 7. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.